Welcome, everyone, to episode 25 of Over the Line podcast on the Degenerate Sports Network. All right, last week.
Let's talk about it. Folks.
Yeah, as you can tell by my record, college football, my win column did not go up, but my loss column did. And NFL, a little under 500, unfortunately, for me. So it was a bad weekend. I'm just not seeing the board. I don't know what it is. I got the yips right now. I don't know. I tried to go different in my betting strategy this week. We'll see if it pays off, but how to go for you guys?
College was good for the most part. I didn't get my upset pick of Michigan State with USC, but they played a hard-fought game, so I appreciate them, doing that much for me. But
Yeah,
other than that, 4-1 on my other picks in total that I made, so I'm pretty happy with that. And the NFL, let's just say the Rams really let me down, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That was a bad beat. And the Packers, man, they still have that weirdness in them where they can lose to the Browns. So the Browns defense, admittedly, though, top tier.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, it's kind of in the same boat. College was a pretty great week. I did hit my upset bet this week.
Oh, yeah.
Money line. 2-0 betting against Clemson. So I might have to start hammering Dabo a lot more this year. And then also on college, that was Syracuse was going to be my only win, but thank you, Jackson Darnold Jackson Arnold for taking a sack for a safety.
Oh yeah,
time
I know,
for the best backdoor cover I've seen.
It was great. It was glorious. I was with you on that one, Dalton.
Twitter was freaking out on that one.
and then like you, Shane, did not have a great week in NFL. So also got burned by Rams money line. But that wasn't the only money line I had in NFL that was going great for 3 quarters. I also had the Broncos money line.
Yep, I know. And I had the Chargers at -2.5 and it hit.
Oh.
So I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Broncos, I saw a stat. They have not been trailing in the fourth quarter of any game with like time left on the clock or something like that. I think, yeah, they have not trailed in any of in the fourth quarter. They might not have trailed in any of, I think it's fourth quarter of any of their games this year.
Except for the Horn. Yeah. Mm. So, again, all I'm going to say with that game is Justin Herbert is currently the best quarterback on planet Earth. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Dude, I don't think it's a take. Right now, he is the best quarterback.
I'm talking about like through 3 games of this season. Would I still pick him over like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson in like a full scope? No. But in terms of like what he's been asked to do and what he's doing for his team, I mean, the Chargers are a better team than I thought they'd be. I don't think they're so good that they could get away with some of the stuff if he wasn't playing at an insane level. So like that's what I mean when I say that, right? Like, but that's what happens when you have Justin Herbert on one team and you have Bo Nix on the other team.
Yeah.
I hate it for Bo because he had his opportunities and he just could not hit them to save his life for the most part. And that's going to have to change if the Broncos season is going to go the way that everyone hoped it would.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
But outside of football, I did hit my MLB parlay last week. So
love that.
That. Dropped a couple more units on NASCAR, but we're still going strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See that?
It's all right. Yeah. The NFL it happens every year. I don't know why we didn't see it. There's always like week 2 through 4. There's a week where you're like, all right, we know that this team is dog shit, and then this team should dog walk them. And then it turns out, the Packers, that perfect example. Everyone was like, Packers are going to roll by 2 touchdowns.
And it's those teams that have like either like a really good one side of the ball, and they just happen to get enough out of that side of the ball that week. Yeah. And with the Browns, like they just made the plays, and the Packers didn't. They blocked a kick. Like also the blocked kicks this week, guys. What are we doing?
Yeah.
What was that about? Like kicking has been so good in the last couple of years, and they're this week they're all like, we're just gonna get our shit rocked every other kick. It's crazy.
Yeah. What I don't get about the Packers is why can't they run the ball this year? Like what happened?
I think the offensive line isn't quite as good this year in terms of especially run blocking. I think the pass protection against like non-Browns teams that have like fucking Myles Garrett and shit is probably fine. But they're also dealing with some injuries there, I know. So, like, we'll see about what that team looks like when they, hopefully they get fully healthy on that unit. But, yeah, and to be fair, the Browns have absolutely dump trucked every run offense they've played. Like, Derrick Henry didn't do shit. Chase Brown didn't do shit. Like, Jacobs obviously didn't do it. I think it's more of a Browns thing that week.
Yeah. Although we do have to wonder, is it too early to start is Derrick Henry cooked questions?
Well, that's the thing is when you actually watch him run, I don't think there's any reason to think he's cooked. He just can't hold on the fucking ball for some reason. What's that about?
Yeah, I don't.
That's the thing. Like, if he's gonna fumble all the time, then I guess you can't play him all the time. But like in terms of actually watching him play, no, he looks the same. He looks like the same dude. It's just he can't hold on to the ball, big man. What are we doing? Like that. Admittedly, the fumble with the Lions, like that was a great play by to be fair. It's just you get 3 fumbles in a row. You're like, all right, like what's going on here? So we'll see.
I mean, they didn't let him back in the game after that.
No, I mean, granted, they weren't passing it anyway, but like still, it was it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah. And just speaking about how bad my beats have been, and I just hated that I checked Twitter right now. Yesterday, I hit a parlay of Schwarber, Judge, and Raleigh to hit a home run.
What a trio!
It didn't hit.
No.
Of course it hit today.
Yeah, it did.
Raleigh literally just hit a home run. So,
he's trying to get that MVP, man.
Yeah, because Judge has 2 tonight.
Yeah.
So that's just how my betting has been the past few weeks. If that just indicates anything, I'm just a day late and $1 short on these.
Understand.
All right. So let's go ahead and get into the betting. Why everyone is here. I know that we have to get into our own fun bets before we get into the football. Dalton, go ahead and kick us off. This is not a slide at Dalton. I know I kick him off every time, but he usually has
because he's the one that has
non-football bets.
He's the one that has the intestinal fortitude to make these bets that we don't.
Yeah.
So we have to let him go first.
Don't know how it's working with the NASCAR because
it really is too.
I think my units at this point outweigh my minutes watched of NASCAR this year.
Oh, I believe
in all honesty.
Yeah.
But like I do follow it still. I mean, football's on Sunday.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And then but I do got we're at Kansas this week. This is the second to last week of the round of 12 playoffs before they narrow the field to 8. And that's why I am taking Chase Elliott to win this week at plus 1,300. Elliott's sitting, I think, at 7th right now in the standings right now, 6th or 7th. And he's been driving pretty well, has a win at this track already. And I just think that this is a track that he really needs this win this week to stick around in the top 8. And I just think that he's kind of due for one right now. It's just a great time for him to solidify himself. He did it recently. He got a big win to get himself into the playoffs, I believe, or to advance. I forget which one. But, I like him this week. I also, the value is great at 1,300. Another Hendrick driver that's actually slightly more favored is William Byron. I mentioned that because I'm also taking Chevy as the winning manufacturer at plus 120. If Elliott doesn't do it, I think Byron's got a great shot this week as well. So take Chevys to win this week for some good value.
Nice.
All right.
All right. I know that everyone else has baseball here, so we'll get into that next.
Get close to playoff time. We have to get into that.
Yeah, the postseason is upon us. There's a tight race in the NL right now. Some key spots in the AL taking place.
Come on, Padres.
Yeah, come on, Reds.
Mariners, I think, already punched their ticket, right?
Yeah, they punched last night.
Yeah, they didn't clinch the division yet. Right?
No, but they're in the playoffs. So like,
I need the division.
Oh, is that what you bet on, the division?
Yeah, I have Mariners and Padres both to win their divisions.
I see. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, Mariners winning 3-0 right now. So.
Yeah, so we'll get into baseball picks. I'm currently nervous as hell right now because the Reds are in a freaking fight right now with the Pirates trying to get into the postseason. So I will be looking back and forth off the screen. I apologize because I'm locked in on this game as well. But I'll get into my pick for tomorrow. It's a 3-game parlay, nothing crazy. I have the Cubs plus 1.5. Shota's pitching tomorrow, so I'm going to hope he pitches a gem. I have the Yankees minus 1.5 against the White Sox. They're in a pivotal race right now. I think they're in the wild card, but they have a chance to take over their division, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Actually, so right now they're tied with Toronto for the lead.
Yes, and then Boston won tonight, or is winning, or either won tonight.
Yeah, they're 3 games back, so they're probably out of the division at this point with only a few games left, but it's not impossible, I don't think yet.
Yeah.
And both Toronto and New York are in the playoffs. They're just not sure who's going to win the division yet. So
yeah, so key race there. And then I have the Blue Jays money line against the Red Sox tomorrow because they got embarrassed tonight. Those 3 picks is at plus 332. Like I said, nothing crazy, but just some lines I'm liking tomorrow. Did you see the end of that Blue Jays game by chance tonight? Alejandro Kirk, the dude that's built like a bowling ball.
He is bowling ball build, yeah.
Dude, he's a great player. Not disparaging him. Yeah. He hit a line drive into right field and got thrown out at first.
Oh.
Yeah. But here's my thing.
I'm sorry. I'd not be playing the next.
Watch the play. I think like 25% of the league could have got thrown out on it. So it was just unfortunate that it was him.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay.
So but yeah, that's my play for this week. Shane, what you got?
So yeah, I got Dodgers minus 1.5 at Arizona. You should why can't I? Yamamoto's on the mound right now, is what I was trying to say. So that'll be a good game, I think, for them. Marlins plus 1.5 at the Phillies. The Marlins are hot as shit right now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what got into them, but they're like, I think they're technically out of the wild card, but they're close enough that it was like, oh, okay.
There was a shot yesterday. They still might have had it today where like they needed a lot to happen, but they still
wasn't
mathematically.
They weren't eliminated. I'm like, holy crap, Marlins are eliminated. So I'll take them at the Phillies. Like, not that they don't want to obviously win games, but they're obviously locked into where they're at kind of at this point. Yankees minus 1.5. With the White Sox, it's the White Sox. I don't know if I have to really explain it farther than that. Rodon on the mound too, and then Blue Jays minus 1.5 as well with the Red Sox coming to town. I think the Yankees and Blue Jays are really going to be kind of going game for game the rest of this way, and it's kind of, I think, who blinks first, honestly. And the Red Sox obviously have a much better chance of beating the Blue Jays than the White Sox have beating the Yankees, but still think Toronto can take care of business tomorrow night. So, and that altogether is at plus 14.10.
Nice, I like that.
My picks are very similar to what you guys had. My theme this week, it's worked out for me pretty well so far this year. Just find the worst teams that are playing tomorrow and finding matchups where they're playing like playoff teams or fringe playoff teams.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Royals minus 1.5 against the Angels because the Angels are pretty terrible right now.
Yeah.
Blue Jays minus 1.5 against the Red Sox. And, of course, Yankees minus 1.5 against the White Sox.
There we go.
Those 3, if they all cover 1.5, parlay is at plus 963.
Nice.
Like that. All right, so that was our own fun segment. Let's get into our football, college football. It's a rough one for me, but I'm going to try this week.
Real quick, Casey, before we get started in college football, update for you. Pirates 4-3, bottom of the 11th right now.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
So, yeah, Reds are going to try to keep it going here.
I'm hoping. Yeah, and then I just saw that the Guardians just won, so they took possession of the AL East.
Detroit is cratering.
Or AL Central, I mean.
Yeah, they are cratering. That is rough.
Yeah, I feel bad for them.
It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah.
I don't think if they don't win the division, I don't think they make the playoffs, do they? Because I don't think they're. I don't know if they'd be. I don't know if they'd be the wild card
race looks like.
Well, I can tell you right now. Oh no, they might. But Houston could take it. They're only a half game back of them.
Yeah.
So whoever doesn't win the division for the West might steal the spot from them. That would be so bad.
That would be a collapse, man.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, that would.
Not great.
That would not be good for Detroit fandom. A collapse from the Tigers.
R.I.P. Ronnie if that happens.
Yeah.
He knows.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to kick it off with our locks this week. I'm going to take a page. Dalton, I think you took this one or was it last week or a couple weeks ago, in Iowa over. But I'm taking Indiana and Iowa over 47.5.
Love that.
Yeah. What did I say? Our locks? Yeah, that was my lock this week. Just have to take it. I don't know. It just seems right. Especially after what happened a couple weeks ago. Didn't know Iowa was built like that this year. I thought they were still going to be down, and then Indiana just steamrolled Illinois. So
what was that?
Indiana is just way better than Illinois, and that's what I wish I would have been more. And I wish I would have had more conviction when I said that, because I picked them to cover against Illinois. I felt like Indiana was significantly better than Illinois, and they were, and it was not close. Now, did I expect that? No, because why would you in any game against conference opponents? But
Illinois is still a good team.
Yeah,
they're just not. They weren't that night. I'll tell you that much. They don't got the juice.
Yeah,
they lack the juice. Is all I'm gonna say about that. And I think Indiana has it. Speaking of Indiana, my lock is not the over in that game, although I do like that a lot. It is Indiana minus 7.5. I just don't see Iowa keeping this close. I really don't. Yeah. I don't think this is the Iowa that grinds out like the 13-10 win. I don't think that's this version of this Iowa team. And what Indiana did last week, like, I'm not expecting them to do that to every conference opponent, obviously. But I'm pretty confident, despite how badly they got beat, that Illinois is still better than Iowa is. And if Indiana can do that to Illinois, they can at least win by more than a touchdown against Iowa. Like, I feel pretty confident about that. So that's going to be my lock.
I like it.
All right, so for my lock this week, I'm shocked I'm getting plus 100 odds on this.
I already know where you're going.
LSU money line. Yeah. What are we doing? What are we doing, Vegas?
Yeah.
How are they underdogs against Ole Miss? Like, that's insane. I don't understand. This is not a game that Ole Miss wins. Like, they just don't win these games very often.
They don't, yeah.
They really, really don't. I mean, especially not like one of those like slight underdog games. Like they'll go and shock like the number one team in October or something.
Yeah,
that's something they'll pull off. But this ain't it.
I thought about that
waxed by LSU.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just the fact that LSU's offense hasn't lived up to expectations so far. And like maybe that's what they're thinking, that this game is going to be closer than it should be because of that. But like LSU's defense is crazy though. Like they're not going to let Ole Miss. I know it's Lane Kiffin's offense, but
here's what it is. But the Vegas is betting on the Lane Kiffin psyop of having his daughter.
Oh my God!
Yeah, Whitweeks
linebacker.
Yeah, Whitweeks. Yeah. Jeez, that's awesome.
All right, before we get into our favorite bets, we do have a comment from Derpy Entertainment. Shane with God's team. I'm assuming he's talking about the Steelers.
If you are, then I hope that your God is more merciful than that. I'm not gonna comment on that further, but thank you, I guess.
Hey, you know what? You got Aaron Rodgers.
All right. 2-1 right now, folks. Woo. Good.
Anyway. We'll get into our favorite bets for this week in college football now. Dalton, I took LSU plus 1.5 in this one. Made no sense. I almost took the money line, but I'm just like, I'll take the 1.5 on it. It just doesn't make sense to me on this one. So maybe I'm not seeing something and Vegas is, but I don't know. If LSU's for real, they have to win this game.
Yeah, again, same thing. I would have. This is definitely a game I thought about throwing on my parlay, but decided to stay away from it. I don't know. Something feels bad about it. Not even saying that you guys aren't gonna like hit that or that you shouldn't hit that because you should. But just felt like I don't really.
I know. I get it. Something feels weird about it, but I don't know. Also, I'm just gonna trust it.
The weird about it is the SEC. Like the SEC.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. That's probably enough. That's true. I'm sorry, Dalton. I feel like you might not really disagree with this too much, but my favorite bet is Oregon plus 3.5 against Penn State. Penn State just don't win these games, man. They don't be winning these games. I want them to, honestly, because I think it'd be more fun for Penn State to finally not just be the team that doesn't win these games. but I think Oregon's looked really good. I think the quarterback has looked very good for them as well. And I don't know if I trust Drew Aller, man, in these games. I just don't know if I do it right now.
Yeah.
And I do hope that it's at least a really fun game. I'm definitely going to be one of the games I'm going to be trying to watch. But they need to prove to me they can win a game like this until I will pick them to win it.
Yeah, and I think getting points there with Oregon is
huge,
really
very
nice too, because honestly, if Penn State wins this game, it's going to be ugly as shit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's just going to be because Dante Moore is just not ready for a whiteout in Happy Valley. Like, that's really going to be the only reason why Penn State wins this game. It's going to be because their defense gets 3 turnovers, and they just somehow find a way to end up winning this game.
Yeah.
Because that's every Penn State game. Every Penn State game against like a ranked opponent that they end up winning.
Yeah.
It's just because their defense just leans and leans and leans on a team until eventually the dam breaks and the offense pulls out a couple big plays.
Yeah.
Because, eventually if you're starting at your opponent's 40 every drive,
you're eventually going to score.
You have to score no matter how horribly designed the offense is for the personnel that you have. But, we're not going to keep going down that road.
Yeah, but that's my favorite bet of the week.
Yeah. I like it. Speaking of, I'm going back to the what is Vegas thinking this week for my favorite bet of the week. Another one. I don't get.
I'm curious if I have this on my parlay, but go ahead.
I don't know how I'm getting plus odds on the money. I don't know how this team's an underdog at home. Syracuse money line at plus 180.
Oh, okay. I thought about it. I didn't do that one, but I did see that. I was like, why do we?
Why does Vegas love Duke so much? I don't understand.
I'm not sure.
Is this just? Do we expect a letdown game from Syracuse?
I don't know.
Maybe, but like at this point, is it even a letdown game? Like Clemson's clearly just ass. Yeah. I hate to say that for my own sake, but like they're not good.
And like I don't think there's going to be as much of a letdown because one, I mean, that game was just weird as shit with how like it got drug out for an extra hour with the delay.
Yeah.
But also like they won that game handily from start to finish. Like they kicked Clemson's ass. Like Clemson was never really seriously in that game.
No.
And I don't see Duke being anywhere close to like Syracuse might legitimately be a good team.
They might be.
Hard to know yet.
Shout out Fran Brown.
Yeah.
Also, not shouting out Mike Gundy. R.I.P. That guy.
Yeah.
Do you hear who their top candidate is?
No.
Nick Saban.
Oh, I bet that.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, Nick's like, I'll be retired. It sounds more fun than this shit anymore, dude. Anyway, no, that's fine.
Let's go ahead and get in our underdogs here. Speaking of Mike Gundy, I have a coach firing alert, boys.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Oklahoma State money line at home against Baylor plus 850. I'm only taking
the coach bump.
Yeah, I'm only taking this for the coach fire bump. That's the only reason. I don't have any other statistics to back this up.
Nope.
The odds are telling you what this game should end up looking like, but I'm going to take Oklahoma State anyways. I'm going to believe in the coach fire bump.
Honestly, Baylor is one of those teams where, as good as Robertson's been for the most part, he will throw you some. And that could be all you need to make that game closer than it should be. So I understand that. Mine, I really don't feel strongly about this one, but it kind of made me laugh when I looked at the line and what the odds are. I'm like, you know what? I'll take that. Akron money line at Toledo
I was looking at
some action. Again, Akron's not very good, but I don't think Toledo's so much better that plus 1,060 for them to upset. That just feels a little hefty. And again, it's action. You never know. Akron beat Toledo last year in overtime in one of the last games of the season. So this is certainly possible, I think. And at plus 1,060 against two MAC teams, I'm feeling pretty good about that one, at least being possible there.
Yeah, I like that. What I got this week, again, just don't understand these odds. App State money line at plus 525 on the road against Boise State.
That's right.
Why is Boise State a 16.5-point favorite in this game? Like, why?
I don't know.
They don't deserve the benefit of the doubt against anyone anymore.
No.
And yeah, like if I were handicapping this game, I would probably say Boise State -4.5.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm handicapping a game at a score like that, I'm definitely jumping on the 4.5-point underdog if I'm getting plus 525.
Yeah,
like that's insane.
Right.
So
yeah,
that's what
I
I'm
like
going
that.
with.
I like that one. Yeah.
The Reds lost.
Oh, they lost.
I'm sorry, guys.
You just got schemed, Casey. I apologize.
God damn. Fucking Reds, man.
You just got Paul schemed.
God, dude. So, just give me like 10 seconds here.
You have the floor, Casey.
Castellini family, listen up.
Mm.
Every year, we get right there, and then you're like, let's not spend enough money to get us right over the hump. Every year, you get the fans so excited. We're right there. We have 6 games left, and we control our destiny to get in the postseason. What do? We drop 2 to the last place Pirates. I'm sorry, Shane. This is nothing against your Pirates.
Oh, no, they stink, Casey.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yesterday, should have just – like, I just don't understand the
Didn't
Reds.
we throw a rookie out there for like a good chunk of the game, like Barco, I think?
Yesterday, and he just ate us up. Like,
yeah, so I don't know. We tried, honestly, I think.
Yeah, I just don't understand how we don't play the Pirates well, usually.
You don't.
And then they're going to give us their best game all season because they're going to play spoiler to us. Like, how are we not prepared for this? I'm just tired of it. I don't give a shit what happens the rest of the season. I know there's only going to be 4 games left. I don't care if they go undefeated and make the postseason because they're just going to lose in the wild card. I'm done with it. It's football season. I'm done with baseball. That's it.
Well, hey, at least you're not a fan of the Bengals. Because that was fun for about 1.5 games. And then it wasn't anymore. So there's that, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the fucking San Francisco Hospital. That's what I'm a fan of.
3-0. The 3-0 San Francisco Hospital. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, I understand.
Oh my God, dude. I'm just like, I don't understand it.
Red bombs.
Reds.
No, I don't know. The Reds are weird because, like, they're one of my favorites. I play MLB The Show. I haven't gotten the game this year just because I didn't feel like buying it. But they're one of my favorite teams to take over because they have all these, like, young players that end up being good. And I'm like, man, why don't they just do this in real life? Is what I think to myself.
Because what we do is we'll freaking bring these guys up and then we'll play them for a couple years. They'll get good enough to trade them off. We'll trade them off and like, all right, now we have the number 1 farm system, so we can bring them up for a year and then trade them off and then have the
sounds a lot like
system.
The Pirates, honestly.
Yeah,
just more successful at doing that, I think, is the thing.
Because it's like, what's the point of having this good farm system if you're not going to pay the players? Like,
it's a good question.
Like Ellie's going to be gone. Noel V. Marte's going to be gone.
That's the best part about like getting a player like Ellie and for me like Skeens is because they're not re-signing. They're not signing extension with the team.
I literally,
they're not going.
Yeah, I literally said that tonight to my wife. Like as we were watching it, it was like, what's funny is Skeens won't be here, Ellie won't be here, and everyone's freaking out. Like, yeah,
it's funny. But
so I'm just
anyway.
Yeah. All right, back to football.
I'm not lamenting. Baseball.
Dalton, go ahead. Sorry, what were we going to say?
Say like, hey, I know you guys got your own issues with your farm systems, but hey, even if you have money, it doesn't mean you're going to spend it right.
Oh, this is
true. You might just trade all your good young players for veterans at positions that just bury some of your other young players down in your system.
Yeah. In
order to give them hundreds of millions of dollars a year, while simultaneously not fixing the actual problems in your organization, and you just remain a sub 500 team for 4 years, wasting the primes of 2 Hall of Famers,
Oh, you love that.
Yeah. Money doesn't solve everything.
This is true. You're right. All right. NFL time.
All right. NFL time. Oh, no, do we have some parlays for college football?
Oh, yeah, right.
Sorry,
right.
We do.
My crash out.
Oh, it's all good.
So I do
understandable crash out, losing to the Pirates, not good, not a good scene.
Like it, and then the The Mets are going to lose tonight, which would have helped us if we want. I'm just all right. Parlay. I just have my 3 picks over 47.5. Indiana, Iowa, LSU plus 1.5 against Ole Miss, and Oklahoma State money line. It's at plus 3,290.
Nice. I have the 3 picks I mentioned, of course, and I have 2 other ones in my parlay. I have Florida State minus 6.5 at Virginia. Do we really think Virginia is good enough to like? I'm not saying Florida State's beaten anyone except Alabama, I guess, sort of. But like, I just feel like Florida State's at least a touchdown better than Virginia, even on the road. Obviously, Indiana minus 7.5. Already said. Akron money line. Oregon plus 3.5. And then Vanderbilt minus 22.5 against Utah State. Vanderbilt is a wagon right now, like truly. And I just feel like they're gonna keep trying to style point people if they can. Trying to get that reputation going more and more. So Utah State, I'm sorry, I think you're getting sacrificed in this one. I think they're going to try to put it on them. So I'll take minus 22.5 there, and that is that's 5 legs at plus 14,462.
I like it. We need Vandy in the playoff.
We do. We need a Diego Pavia playoff match piece. That's what we need.
Yeah,
we need it.
I mean, honestly, if in the first 2 years of the 12-team playoff, we get SMU, Indiana, Arizona State, Vanderbilt. If we're getting these
success
in the playoff, it's working.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
NIL, transfer portal, all this stuff's working. The new college football, it works.
It does. As much as it hurts some people, it does. It works.
But so for mine, I'm just sticking with the same games that I've been on for my picks. I'm taking the points though. I just feel way too good about these bets.
Right.
So I'm taking App State plus 16.5.
It's crazy.
I know. I can't believe they're getting that many points.
I know. Yeah.
And then I'm taking LSU plus 1.5. I'll take that extra point as insurance because it's a parlay.
Yep.
And then Syracuse getting plus 5.5 in a game that they should win.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Those 3, though, taking the points, they parlay at plus 587.
Wow, still pretty good for what you're getting.
Yeah.
I'd say. Yeah. Nice.
All right. NFL, the big daddy of them all.
Yeah.
Not the Rose Bowl, the NFL. Okay, let's get into our locks of the week. I know we talked about this team a little bit ago, saying their defense is best in the league, and arguably so. But I'm taking Detroit Lions minus 10. I think the Lions – okay. I'm going to try to thread the needle on this one. This is a surgical pick.
Okay.
I think the Lions took that little hit from not having Ben Johnson and having the mojo from last year, and they weathered it a little bit against Baltimore. Well, not weathered it a little bit. They did weather it against Baltimore. I think they're going to be able to put points up against Cleveland. I think Cleveland's defense they're not going to be able to put up like the 30-40 like they did against Baltimore, but I could see this being like a 21-10, 24-10, something like that. Detroit Lions minus 10.
I don't hate it. It is just a lot of points against a defense that's capable of what the Browns can do. That's my only reservation with it. Like,
it is.
The Lions are just so much better than the Browns that it's like, it probably should win by multiple scores. But just it's the NFL, right? It's tough. So, but
and I hate saying this as a point, but it's like because Green Bay did stomp the Lions already. Yeah. But I think the Lions' offense is better.
There's much more consistency.
There's more consistency and way more weapons, in my opinion, as established weapons, I should say. Right. So I'm just going to take the experience here. I'm going to hope Dan Campbell can coach us one out.
I like this pick just because I think that the Lions defensively are going to create more negative plays against Cleveland than the Packers did.
The Packers only allowed 13 points. It's not like the Browns offense good.
They didn't create the big turnovers the sacks and turnovers that the Lions have done a really good job of.
For sure.
So, I think you're up then, Shane.
Yeah, so my lock, this one kind of feels like a trap a little bit, but it's too nice to look at especially because it's just a touchdown technically. Chargers minus 6.5.
Yeah.
Like Are we serious?
Yeah.
With this, you're gonna throw Jackson Dart at the Chargers defense in his first career start.
Yeah.
Brian Dable's trying to speed run getting fired doing this. Like, do now. Listen, I'm not gonna try to. I do not want to put this on Jackson Dart. I promise I don't. But I have to bring up a quarterback that made his first career start against a worse Chargers team. Once upon a time, threw 5 first-half interceptions. We all know who I'm talking about. I'm not saying Jackson Dart is Nathan Peterman. However, I feel like there's bad juju with this. This feels like a mistake. You couldn't have waited one more week and put him out there against the Saints. Really? I don't know, man. This feels like you're sending that dude out there to die.
Yeah.
I do not love this, and I'm betting with that in mind. I think they're going to get their shit rocked. I think that's what's going to happen. Like -6.5 might be doing it not enough justice, even them being at home. Like, I don't know. It just feels it feels too easy, which means they're going to win by 3 because they somehow only score like 13 points. But whatever. That's
I hated this move by Dable, not because like it just felt like he let the pressure of the outside get to him. It's like, and we talked about this in the NFL show. I said that he needs to establish what he wants and set a ground floor, and this is not doing it. If you're just going to listen to what like the pressure from outside, you're just
and like admittedly, Russell Wilson was asked.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
I'm not going to sit here and say that he deserved to keep the job. But if you're tired of Russell Wilson already, which I understand as a Steelers fan, it's very easy to get tired of it. Throw Jameis out there for a week.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Just let him go throw it around against the Chargers because, like, who cares what happens in that game? Like,
is Russell the backup now?
I guess I don't know if they made him just the backup.
Or are they going to put Jameis as the backup?
I didn't look to see that.
I'm not sure. But what I don't get is, here's the thing: Jackson Dart clearly didn't beat out Russell Wilson in camp.
No, he did not.
So Russell Wilson, while he hasn't looked great, has he really looked like he's? Are you really surprised at what he looks like on this?
No, I'm not.
He's a big play hunter, and when the big plays don't hit, he doesn't do anything. He's playing
exactly like the guy that won the job in camp.
Yeah.
So for him to get benched right now, unless Jackson Dart has in the 10 practices they've had, maybe 2 padded, between now and the end of camp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Has he really done enough to win the job in those practices? There's no way.
The worst
again, he's trying to win his job. He's trying to keep his job. This is a total self-preservation move by this front office, by this coaching staff, because they know the only chance they have starting 0-3 this season is to throw the rookie quarterback out there and hope that he's good enough for them to think that they should be the coaching staff that keeps things going. It's not going to work most likely, but it's just, and this is why. And I talked about this on the NFL show last night with Zach. My whole problem with this is it goes back to when they decided to keep the staff and this GM in place, because you allowed this team and allowed this group to pick a quarterback again. Like, they got to choose their own quarterback, and it was a late first-round quarterback. And admittedly, some of it is to do with the fact that I don't think this was a late first-round quarterback prospect personally. But even if it was, do not allow a GM and coach that has not been able to do anything for the past 2 years dictate the future of your franchise by taking a quarterback. Now that they did that, this was inevitable. Like, this was going to happen unless they won early in the season, which they probably weren't going to do. So now they've put themselves in a position where they're probably just going to end up in this position again in a year from now, right? Yep. So none of it feels good.
Yeah, it also doesn't help, like, is it the talent or the coaching? The argument that it's not the coaching in New York is not being helped right now by the fact that Daniel Jones is thriving in Indy.
Yeah, coaching matters a lot, folks. Yeah. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah. And Dable's not done enough to keep his job, in my opinion.
All that is to say, I am also taking Chargers -6 as my lock this week. Because, that's going to hit. But a bet to keep an eye on right now on DraftKings for Jackson Dart interceptions. 2+ interceptions is at +217.
Okay.
That feels pretty good.
Feels pretty good.
Real value is Jackson Dart to throw 3 or more interceptions is at +650.
Oh yeah. You gotta throw a unit on that just in case.
I gotta do it.
Yeah,
right now.
My last point,
Jump on it. Jackson Dart, 3 or more interceptions. Bonus bet.
Need to throw that out there.
Yeah, my last point on that is also this weekend, the last thing you can do is have Dart start the game and not finish the game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if you have to go to Winston or Wilson, that is they should just leave them.
If Russell Wilson takes a snap at quarterback this week, Dable is out the door.
Yeah, he should be fired at that point. Yep. You can't do that.
That's exactly what I said then when we did the NFL show. We were talking about the Giants earlier this year. Once Dart's in, that's it.
He's in there. Yeah,
he's the guy.
You have to let him play through it. No matter what, it doesn't matter how ugly it gets. You have to let him play through it.
Once you pull him, he's no longer your franchise quarterback.
Yep, that's how it's working.
Unless it's the very rare situation in Carolina, and even that still doesn't seem like it's working.
It's up and down right now, to say the least. We'll say. But
that game didn't make
sense. I mean, 30-0 is nice to see, even if the offense didn't have a huge part in that. But it is what it is. But yeah. Go ahead, Casey.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get on to our favorites of this week. Sorry, Giants fans, if you're watching, we ranted about your.
Oh, they know.
Yeah,
they know. They're used to it.
But my favorite bet this week, I hate to take this one, but I'm taking the Ravens -2.5 against the Chiefs in Kansas City. This feels like a game where the Ravens blow out the Chiefs, and then in the postseason they meet up and the Chiefs win by a field goal or something like that. I hate this game because it's 2 1-2 teams, and it's I don't know what to think about these teams.
The fact that one of those teams is going to be 1-3 is so funny.
It doesn't make sense. In my mind, I'm both these teams are going to come out of this 2-2 somehow. There's no way.
Yeah.
So, but I'm taking Ravens -2.5. I didn't want to take the money line just because it wasn't enough value there. And I don't think the Chiefs are going to win this one.
Chiefs are just really undermanned right now. Until they get their guys back, it's going to be tough against really good teams. We saw what the Chargers did to them, and well, that's a tough one. This one feels. I don't know what to do with this one because the problem is this team has had a lot of success against this team. The team that I'm picking to win has a lot of success against this team recently, but they are pretty banged up right now. Although apparently they are getting back a key player. Tampa Bay money line at home against the Eagles. They have had a lot of success against the Eagles team over the past few years, and it's been one of the few teams that the Eagles have consistently struggled against. And I think they did wake up a little bit in the passing game last week for sure. But I think this Tampa team is really good, and I think that they know how to play this Eagles team. And Baker's playing at a really high level. If this is a field goal or less game, or if it's a score to win, he's probably going to go win it. That's what it seems like right now. He's done it 3 times in a row. I do wonder if the injuries and all that stuff is going to be too much in this game, but Chris Godwin is apparently fully practicing, so he might be back this week, which is big with Evans out for a little bit. Ibuka's been ridiculous, just so good. And again, I think that this Tampa team, if they can just keep it close to the end, they can go win it at the end. So I'm going to take them at home, +160.
Like it.
I like that. For my favorite play this week, I really like Colts +3.5 against the Rams at -105. This is just about even odds, so you pretty much get exactly what you bet back. And I just think the Colts they're wagging right now. And you kind of mentioned something there with the Eagles kind of figuring something out in the passing game last week. Shane Steichen, Nick Sirianni do a lot of similar stuff. I think Steichen definitely probably saw some stuff in the tape of that game that he's going to try to exploit. And, I mean, we know that Rams secondary still kind of shaky. It's probably their Achilles heel right now. It's
for sure
the main thing that keeps them from being legit contenders.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something the Colts can exploit. And I think it's going to be a good game. I think there's going to be a lot of scoring. But I think the Colts can keep it within a field goal, if not win it outright.
Fair enough.
All right. Underdogs. Shane already alluded to this, but I'm taking the Buccaneers plus 164. This is a weird week, I thought, for money line lines. I don't know how to say that.
Money line lines.
Yeah, I know that the NFL, like, you're not going to get crazy odds like you would in college football, but there was just nothing of value that I saw that I liked too much. But I like the Buccaneers at plus 164 this week.
Again, like I like that bet a lot. They just a lot of recent success against that team. They have shown already again a lot of ability to win games at the end, make the plays required to win games, and teams haven't been able to do that against them, right?
Yeah.
So again, a little tougher to do it against the Eagles probably than the other teams they've played, but still. You're probably not going to get a Jets, South. Granted that both the Jets and Eagles did have kickoffs or block kicks for touchdowns, but still probably not going to happen 2 weeks in a row. At least you hope not. But still, yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting game.
Something to keep an eye on in that game. Bucks just signed a tush push destroyer.
Oh yeah, Desmond Watson is practicing now. He's just going to start practicing finally because I think he's under 400 pounds now finally.
Yeah.
So good for him. But man, it'd be so funny if they bring him up from I assume he's on the practice squad.
Yeah, there's no way he's playing.
Yeah. Imagine they brought him up just literally for that purpose. Yeah. Like how funny that would be so funny. For my underdog though, I hate to do this to you, Casey.
It's all right.
I'm taking Jacksonville money line. It seems like San Francisco again. Congrats being 3-0 right now because you guys really have had to fight through it to do that. It's at some point though, like the Jaguars defense has been really, really good through 3 games. Trevor's still very much Trevor. Unfortunately, they're gonna have to figure that out in the passing game. But I assume it's not going to get worse than it's been. It should only get better, hopefully. And no Nick Bosa. I don't really. What's the deal with the quarterbacks at this point, Casey?
Purdy should be back this week. I think they said he's practicing.
Yeah, he's limited right now, but
yeah, I would say he will be good. He was almost an emergency quarterback last week, but they decided to keep him out still.
So but again, probably not going to be quite the same, at least right off the bat. And against this group right now on defense, that doesn't make me feel very good.
Yeah.
I think Jacksonville, at least on defense, is for real. We'll see if the offense can get going a little bit more, but this could be a surprisingly not even actually that close game in my opinion.
Yeah,
I can see potential's there. So I'll take Jaguars money line there.
I like that a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of weird lines this week. I'm taking one as well for my underdog. I'm taking Panthers money line at plus 185 against the New England Patriots because, quite frankly, the Patriots don't deserve to be favored against really anybody.
Not after what they did last week.
Yeah.
I know all that too well. Yeah,
it's hard. It's really hard to trust the Patriots to win at all. I mean, the Panthers aren't good necessarily, but coming off a big win, I think they can do enough to beat New England.
Yeah, I can't really disagree. That was I was at a friend's birthday party for that game, and let's just say we were not enjoying the watch very much while that was happening. So yeah, that was Steelers. I don't know.
All right, let's get into our parlays for this week. I just took my 3 picks: Bucks money line, Lions -10 against Cleveland, and then Ravens -2.5 against Kansas City. All 3 of those together is at plus 844.
All right, not bad. I have my 3 picks as well. The Chargers -6.5, Tampa Bay money line, and Jaguars money line. And then I have Vikings -2.5 against my Steelers. They're not good. The last time Brian Flores played Aaron Rodgers, which was last year, he had the 5th worst full start of his career. And I don't think that's going to be much better with honestly a worse offense than he played with last year so far. It's worse than that. It's not good, frankly. So I don't think that they can win this game. I really don't. I know they're technically the home team, and Dublin is definitely Steelers country as far as NFL teams go. I simply don't care. The Vikings are just I don't think their offense is going to have to do a whole lot in this game, but I think Wentz showed that he's at least a competent NFL quarterback still last week. Not that he had to be, considering Isaiah Rodgers, by the way, maybe
that was
the best defensive back performance ever.
That was He had 2 fumbles, a fumble, and he recovered one of them for a touchdown.
An interception for a touchdown, a fumble recovered for a touchdown where he forced the fumble himself.
Yes.
And then another forced fumble later.
Yeah.
I mean, you literally can't do more in a game as a defensive back than he did. It's pretty much impossible. So, not saying he's going to do that this week, but he probably doesn't have to. But, yeah. And then I actually, opposite of you, Don, I have Rams minus 3.5, mostly because I think that if the Colts are going to start 4-0, I don't know anything about the sport anymore. No, I do think the Rams are really going to be itching to win a game after how last week unfolded, and the Colts are very good. I think that's pretty clear at this point that they're a good football team, especially with the way they're being coached by Steichen. But I do worry about the Kenny Moore injury in the Colts secondary, especially with the way that the slot is such a huge component of the Rams offense. I do fear for that a little bit. They signed Mike Hilton, which I don't know anymore. Yeah. I'm not sure. And I think that if the Colts are going to lose a game early on, like the Rams should be able to take care of business. So I'll take them there. And that is altogether at plus 3,331.
Nice. I get
Yeah, that's fair. And hey, I mean, there's wiggle room in there for us to both be right on that game.
That is true.
Or wait, did you take a minus?
No, I took a minus 3.5. Yeah, so it'll just be one of us is going to win, one of us is going to lose.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Colts can hopefully keep it to a field goal.
I can see that.
I think it'll be
the minus 3.5 sucks. I wish it was minus 2.5. That would be a lot better.
For sure. But for NFL, I got an over/under parlay this week.
I need to start doing some of those every so often.
Yeah, I got Bengals Broncos under 44.5.
Oh man.
The only way, my only worry about this pick is if the Broncos score 6 touchdowns.
Right, which they probably won't because Bo missed 3 of the open touchdowns. So
I hope, but I mean,
this could be like 31-10 pretty easily. You know what I mean?
Expect at least one Broncos defensive score, at least one. I mean, you got backup quarterback for the Bengals, not a great offensive line, and arguably the best defense in the league on the other side. Yeah, it's going to be ugly.
Probably.
It's going to be real ugly, but yeah. Hammer the under there. Ravens Chiefs, I'm taking over 48.5. I think this is going to be a bit of a barn burner. The Chiefs are still pretty solid on defense, but I think the Ravens, their offense is going to find a way to score on anybody right now.
Mm-hmm.
And also, while the Chiefs don't have a ton of weapons right now, it doesn't really matter when Baltimore's secondary is just
the Ravens. The Ravens cannot do anything defensively, and it's so mind-boggling to me. Yeah. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I don't get it. Like you look around, and you're like, this is a really good.
This should be like one of the best defenses in the NFL. They were the back half last year.
Yeah,
and it's like all of a sudden it's like nope, never mind. It's like all right, I guess.
Malachi Starks and Marlon Humphrey in a secondary should be really good. And it's just not working.
That's without, and then you didn't even mention Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah.
Like who just got paid $100 million.
Yeah.
It's not good. And if you're a Ravens fan, like if they lose this game, which I don't think they're going to, but if they do lose this game and you're 1-3 through 4 weeks, I'm not saying you're all of a sudden not going to make the playoffs or something like that. You're not going to win this division, but like the Steelers do some stupid shit to you every year. If you happen to lose one of those games, that might be the difference in who wins this division. Like, actually, it's disgusting that we're already talking about that, but it might be.
The Chiefs, actually, though, like they have to win this game.
They probably do.
If they don't, like, we're seriously talking about them like not making the playoffs. Like, not just not winning the division. I mean, playing in the AFC. I mean, luckily, like the Raiders are probably going to be 2 free wins for them this year.
Probably. Broncos don't look as good as they should, so we'll see.
But beating Denver is going to be really hard. There's no way they're beating the Chargers.
I don't think so. No.
I mean, it's going to be hard for them to make like starting out 1-3 and still having to play 3 games against Chargers and Broncos. The Chiefs are legitimately going to be in danger of missing the playoffs. It's going to be hard to win 10 games.
It will be.
Yeah. I saw this. I don't know how true. I don't know if it's true or not. I just saw it on Twitter. It was a post. It was like after the game. Dan Campbell made a comment about how that is the temperature in the AFC. Like in the locker room, he made a speech to his guys, and he was like, "This is what the AFC looks like." I don't know how true.
I believe Dan Campbell would do that. I don't know if
something like that. Yeah, but it's just like Yeah. If you look at the two conferences, it is.
I will say, like, right now, you look at the AFC, like, the Bills are the Bills. The Chargers are all of a sudden kind of one of those teams. Who else is really, like, the Colts are a surprise team, and, like, you hope that they can keep it up, but if not, like, who is really awesome in the AFC, really, right now?
Yeah.
Like, from top to bottom.
There aren't a lot of, like, really bad teams in the
AFC, but just not there's just not any that are, like, outside of Buffalo and honestly LA, like, there's not any that are firing on all cylinders, really. And the Colts, obviously, but
if the Chiefs are the 10th best team in the AFC, that's still pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
my last pick in my parlay.
Oh, sorry, Dalton.
You're good. My last pick is Chargers Giants under 43.5 because of course.
Yeah, 42-0. That's it. No, I'm just kidding. That's
unless Justin Herbert puts up 45 on his own.
Which I would love that personally if that's my fantasy quarterback this year. But
I mean, there's a possibility. He's also going to be mine here in about a day once the trade goes through.
Nice.
Because I had Burrow and
and
I'm not riding with Caleb Williams the rest of the way.
That's too hot and cold.
No, I'm getting off that roller coaster.
Yeah, nice last week. Not probably all the time.
So Chargers Giants under 43.5, Ravens Chiefs over 48.5, and Bengals Broncos under 44.5. Those three games parlay together at plus 582.
Nice. It's pretty solid. I like that. All right. That's the show. Hopefully this week's a lot better. The last week in the NFL kind of threw a wrench in everything. It made an already confusing landscape even more crazy. I don't know what to think at this point. But it's still early. Honestly, you're not going to see until like week 10 what teams are for real and what teams are not. So we'll see. We will have another touchdown parlay. We got beat up on our touchdown parlay last week.
Yeah, I picked the Falcons defense. And then...
Shane, you know what was funny about that though? Like, and I'm not even like calling you out or anything. It was that there was like so many defensive touchdowns last weekend. It made zero. I was like, every time I kept looking.
Why can't I pick the Vikings defense? I'd have been right.
Yeah.
2 times over.
I kept looking. I was like, another defensive touchdown from some random team. And I was like, hopefully the Falcons. Come on, Falcons, just one time.
Yeah. Didn't score points at all.
For last week?
I think so.
Yeah. Man. So, like, we all were just.
Yeah. Weird week.
I was just like, my eye was twitching just seeing another defensive touchdown, but it wasn't the Falcons. I was like, how is this happening right now?
I don't know.
Feeling worse. I picked, I mean, at least that was already a long shot. I think I had CeeDee Lamb. And
that was
got hurt.
Well, you know what, Dalton, you can say that your leg hit because I'm pretty sure all the books took him off of any parlay or player.
Well,
I don't think they voided it.
No, I think they didn't void it because he played into the second quarter like one snap.
Oh, that's right.
They didn't void it.
In the first quarter, they'll take him out.
Oh, is that what it is? First quarter?
Yeah, I think it's first quarter. Yeah, is what I was hearing. Most places, at least.
Yeah, most places. I did not know that. Well, Dalton, you're a loser just like the rest of us, I guess.
Oh, yeah. big loser.
Yeah. So we'll have another one this week, so be on the lookout for that tomorrow. We do appreciate you guys watching tonight. We'll be here next week